Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm here today to talk about a certain scene. But before we do that, please make sure you hit subscribe. Okay, let's begin. The scene opens with what I think is an effective use of screen direction. The camera moves in a sweeping motion from one monitor to the next, establishing the scale of the research lab and showcasing various scientists monitoring different screens. The camera eventually settles on our protagonist, Dr. Jessica Hart, who was leaning over a console with a serious expression on her face. The composition of this shot is excellent. The equipment and clutter surrounding Jessica helps to establish that she is in a state of heightened awareness, working diligently to keep everything under control. The red light reflecting in her eyes adds a nice touch, emphasizing her focus and determination. However, I find the lighting to be a bit too warm and saturated. The cool tones of blue or cyan would have worked better in establishing a futuristic vibe and a sense of urgency, especially considering that the scene is set at night. John Reed is introduced as he paces nervously around the lab, engaging in a dialogue with Jessica. His body language is excellent, conveying his anxiety and inability to remain still. However, I feel like his character could benefit from more development. As it stands, John feels like a stereotypical action hero, a tough guy with a mysterious past who's only motivated by protecting the lead scientist. A deeper dive into his motivations and background could make him a more compelling character. For example, why did he leave the military? What are his thoughts on the ethics of Jurassic World? Developing these aspects of his character would help ground him in reality and make him more relatable to the audience. As the scene progresses, a loud metallic sound is heard, indicating a problem with the security measures. The shot then shifts to the raptor enclosure, where we see that the containment field has been breached. The camera's movement mirrors the raptor's actions, creating a sense of immediacy and danger. The use of floodlights adds to the tension, casting harsh shadows and highlighting the creature's menacing presence. Overall, the scene effectively utilizes camera angles and movements to establish the setting, develop the characters, and build suspense. The camera work creates a sense of immersion, allowing the audience to experience the scene from the perspective of the characters. The next scene takes place inside a maintenance tunnel where Jessica and John are running away from a raptor. The shot is composed well, with the camera held at a low angle, emphasizing the vulnerability of the characters as they try to hide from the predator. The dark, narrow space adds to the tension, making it clear that there is nowhere to hide. The sound design in this scene is particularly noteworthy, with the use of heavy breathing and pounding footsteps helping to build suspense and create a sense of urgency. Additionally, the camera shakes slightly as they run, adding to the feeling of chaos and panic. This handheld technique helps the audience feel like they're experiencing the scene alongside the characters, adding to the overall sense of immersion. However, I think the scene could be improved by focusing on the psychological aspects of the chase. The audience knows that the raptor is faster than John and Jessica, so it would be interesting to see them using their intelligence and knowledge of the park to outsmart their pursuer. Maybe they could utilize vents or other hiding places to lose the raptor, or use their knowledge of the park's systems to their advantage. This would make the scene more exciting and unpredictable, keeping the audience engaged. In the next scene, Jessica and John are in the jungle trying to avoid both a T-Rex and a raptor. The camera's movement mirrors the T-Rex's actions, making it appear larger and more imposing than it actually is. This technique also helps to emphasize the vulnerability of the two protagonists as they try to stay hidden in the dense foliage. The camera's low angle reinforces this sense of vulnerability, reminding us that the characters are physically smaller than the dinosaurs and at their mercy. The natural environment itself feels threatening, with the camera's movement mimicking the T-Rex's actions and the dense foliage adding to the sense of danger. This technique successfully immerses the audience in the scene, allowing us to experience the fear and tension felt by the characters firsthand. However, I believe that the scene could be enhanced by incorporating more environmental storytelling. The jungle setting is vast and varied, so there are many opportunities to include details that provide context and backstory. For example, the team could discover signs of previous incidents in the park, such as damaged containment fields or abandoned vehicles, which would add depth to the narrative and help the audience understand the history of Jurassic World. The following scene occurs within the control tower, where Jessica works to restart the park's power grid, while John defends them against the raptors. The scene's lighting is well done, with the use of red emergency lights adding to the sense of urgency and danger. The camera's tight close-ups on Jessica's hands and the control panel help to highlight the technical aspects of the scene, emphasizing the importance of every action. The sound design in this scene is also effective, with the combination of alarms, gunshots, and the sounds of the raptors clawing at the door, adding to the tension and suspense. However, I feel like the scene could be improved by giving John something more substantial to do. Defending the door feels like a passive action compared to the high-stakes work that Jessica is doing at the control panel. Maybe he could repair equipment or secure the area, providing a more active and engaging role. The scene ends with the lights flickering back on, signifying that they have successfully restarted the grid. The electric fences come back online and the raptors screech in frustration as they retreat. This ending provides a sense of relief and accomplishment, rewarding the audience for sticking with the story. The final shot of the T-Rex standing over the destroyed sector adds a layer of complexity to the ending. It serves as a reminder of the destructive power of the dinosaurs and the potential danger they pose to humanity. The camera's upward angle emphasizes the T-Rex's towering presence, reminding us of its strength and dominance. This final shot also leaves the audience with a sense of uncertainty about the future of Jurassic World. The destruction of the park and the escape of the dinosaurs suggest that the consequences of playing God are severe, and it invites the audience to consider the ethical implications of the park's creation and the potential dangers of scientific hubris. Overall, the short film does a good job of balancing action and dialogue. The pacing is generally well done, keeping the audience engaged and interested in the story. The action sequences are exciting, and while the dialogue serves to develop the characters and move the plot forward, the cinematography is solid, with the camera angles and movements effectively establishing the setting, developing the characters, and building suspense. The sound design is also noteworthy, with the use of heavy breathing, footsteps, and animal sounds helping to build tension and create a sense of immersion. The film's special effects are impressive, with the dinosaurs looking realistic and well integrated into their environments. The practical effects used to create the physical manifestations of the characters' fears are also effective, adding to the film's overall impact. The film's visual effects are also worth mentioning. The destruction of the park and the escape of the dinosaurs are rendered convincingly, leaving the audience with a sense of awe and wonder. The color grading and lighting are also effective, helping to establish the film's futuristic vibe and sense of danger. The acting in the film is solid, with the cast effectively conveying the necessary emotions to drive the plot forward. The chemistry between Jessica and John is believable, and their relationship feels authentic. The supporting characters are also well cast, with each bringing their unique energy to their respective roles. Overall, Jurassic World. The Escape is a solid addition to the Jurassic World franchise. While it may not reach the heights of the original film, it is still an entertaining and thought-provoking story that will satisfy fans of the series. Its strong cast, impressive special effects, and thought-provoking themes make it a worthwhile watch.